Hello students, myself Dhanashri Patil, and in today's video we are going to learn the pumping lemma for context-free language. If you remember, already we have discussed the pumping lemma for regular language in the previous videos. It is same like the pumping lemma for the regular language and the pumping lemma for context-free language. What the pumping lemma for context-free language is, that as same like the pumping lemma for regular language, the pumping lemma theorem used to prove the given language is a non-regular language. Same like here also we are using the pumping lemma theorem to prove the given language is a non-context free language. I means what? The pumping lemma is only used to prove the given language is a non-context free language, but we cannot use the pumping lemma theorem to prove the given language is a context free language. If the given language is a context free language, then how to prove the given language is a context free language? This part we have already seen in the types of a grammar. If the given grammar having some rules, that is the left hand side of the grammar is free of the context, means what? The left hand side of the grammar only contains non-terminal symbol and the right side of the grammar contains any combinations of terminal and non-terminal symbol, then we can say that the given language is a context-free language. But by seeing the language, we know that the given language is not a context-free language. Then how to prove that? For proving the given language is not a context-free language, we are using the pumping lemma theorem. So here the pumping lemma for CFL is used to prove that a language is a non-context-free language. Means you have to only use this theorem to prove the given language is a not context-free language, but you cannot use the pumping lemma to prove the given language is a context-free language. Let's see what this pumping lemma theorem states. If A is a context-free language, means that there is a one language given, that is a language is a context free whose name is A. If the given language is a context free language, then that language having a pumping length, and that pumping length is said to be a P. So every language which is a context free, that language having a pumping length P, such that if you take any string yes from the given language A, then the length of that yes, that is a string length, is greater than equal to the pumping length P. If this is true, then we have to divide the given string yes into 5 pieces. As you remember, we have seen in the earlier videos of pumping lemma for the regular language. If this condition is true, then we have divided the given string into the 3 parts, that is X, Y, Z. Here pumping lemma for CFL, if this condition is true, we are dividing the same string into the 5 pieces instead of 3 pieces. So what are those 5 pieces? That is the U, V, X, Y and Z part. So after dividing the given string into the 5 pieces, we have to see whether the divided string fulfills these 3 conditions or not. If all these 3 conditions are satisfied by the string yes, then we can say the given language is a context-free language. If one of the condition fails to satisfy by the string yes, then we can say the given language is a non-context-free language. So one by one we will see what these 3 conditions are. The first condition is we have divided this yes string into the 5 pieces. So the U, V raised to I, X, Y raised to I, Z. So only we have to raise the power of V and Y to the I. So I is what? I you can take more than or greater than or equal to the 0, means you can take the power of I is a 1, 2, 3, 4, anything. Okay, so by raising the power of v and y, you are getting a new string, because already whatever the string you are getting, that having only u, v, x, y, z. After raising the power of v and y, you are getting a new string. So after generating a new string by raising the power of v and y, the same new generated string also have to be belongs to the language A. If that is okay, then the first condition is fulfilled. The next condition is what? The length of v and y together should be greater than 0. So v, whatever you have considered, the length of v and the length of y is greater than 0. This is the second condition. And what is the third condition? The length of v, x and y together should be less than equal to what the pumping length we have assumed. The length of the v, x and y should be less than or equal to the p. These three conditions should be satisfied at a time by the given string. Then we can say the given string is a context free, belongs to the context free language. If one of the condition fails to satisfy, then we can say the given language is not a context free language. So this is the theorem pumping lemma for context free language. Next we will see the steps which are we have to follow while proving the given language is a non-context free language. So the method which is used to prove the pumping lemma for non-CFL, that the contradiction method is used over here. So we will see one by one what these steps are. First step, we have to first assume that the given language A, which we have considered, that is a context free. Means first we are considering the given language is a context free. Then the second step is what? If the language, we have already seen into the theorem that the A is a context free language, then that A having a pumping length P. So the second step is what? In the first step we have considered the given language is a context free. So in the next step, then that language have a pumping length. So what that pumping length? It is said to be a P. This is the second step. The third step is what? All strings longer than P can be pumped. Means the strings which belongs to this language A, all the strings which are longer than the what we assume that the pumping length P, then those all strings should be pumped. Okay, means what? The strings we have to select from the language A whose length is greater than equal to P. So all the selected strings, from that you have to find a one string whose length is greater than equal to P. So we have selected a one string. Then the next step is what? We have to divide the given string S into 5 parts. We have seen this into the pumping lemma theorem. The string S which length is having greater than equal to the pumping length P, we have to divide that string into the 5 parts, that is a U, V, X, Y, Z. So this is the same step we have to follow over here. We have divided the S into the 5 parts. Okay, after dividing this S into the 5 parts, we have to find out whether the string which is divided into 5 parts should satisfy the first condition of pumping lemma or not. So what is the first condition of pumping lemma? We have to raise the power of V and Y, and after raising the power of V and Y, whatever we are getting the new generated string, that string also belongs to the language A. That same step you have to do into this step. If after raising the power of V and Y, if the new generated string is not belongs to the language A, then we can say the given language is a non-regular language. Why? Because no need to check out the last two conditions. Because what? At a time we have to, at a time the three conditions should have to be satisfied, that string, but the first condition is failed over here, so need not to check for the last two conditions. Once you have checked the first condition, then what we have to do, whatever the method we are using to divide that string, we have to try the other methods or all possible ways you can divide the given string yes into the 5 part, that is a u, v, x, y, z. Means you can try 1, 2, 3 cases to divide the string into different ways in a different parts, and show that none of these can satisfy all the 3 pumping conditions at the same time. Means at a time 3 conditions should be satisfied by that string. If one of the fails, then we can say the language is a non-regular language, and one of the condition fails to satisfy, then we cannot pump the given new generated string. So this is the contradiction. Why this is the contradiction? Because what we have assumed the given language A is a context-free language, and when we can say the language is a context-free, if all these 3 conditions should be satisfied at a time. But what happened over here, the first condition is failed to satisfy. So what we have assumed that is a contradictory, means what, the given language is a non-context-free language. Okay, so in this lecture we have studied the theorem of pumping lemma for context-free language, these are 3 conditions, and how we have divided the given string into 5 pieces. And this is the steps which we have to follow to prove that the given language is a non-context-free language. Okay, so in upcoming videos we will see some of the problems related to the pumping lemma for the CFL. Okay, thank you.